So in 1971, the US dollar became fake because when Nixon took the dollar off the gold standard in 71, he made it illegal for Americans to own gold. Imagine that. It was a criminal offense to own gold. I didn't know what gold was. There's three kinds of money today that you guys got to be aware of. One is God's money, and God's money is gold and silver. So this is silver, and this is gold. The reason I brought it is most people don't know what it looks like. And then there's government money, which is fiat currency, which is the dollar, the yen, the peso, the euro, the yuan. Fake. And everybody's working hard for it. It's like eating fake food or drinking fake water. That's why people are getting sick financially, because they're working for fake money. Okay. And then there's fake assets, which was another part of the millennial, the fake generation series. But the reason I brought this here is most people haven't seen it. This here is real silver. That's what it looks like. And so in 1972, and this here is gold.
Yeah.
This is God's money. This is what God's money looks like. The reason I call it God's money is you can't fake it. When I first started buying that, that was $1.40. Today, that's $16. And the reason we brought it in is most people haven't seen or touched. This is real. This is God's money. Why did I say it's God's money? Because it was here when the earth was created. And it'll be here when we're all dead and gone. When you're saving those fake dollars, this will still be here. Or those fake ETFs or those fake stocks. If you look at what happened with the fake central bank, see, the purpose of the central bank or the Fed or all, the Bank of Japan or the European Central Bank, they pump out fake money. The purpose of central banks like the Fed is to protect the banks, not you. They're a criminal operation as far as I'm concerned. You're going to find that most of my talks is about the Fed. So I would recommend you guys buy this stuff. Don't save money. Don't save government money, because they're corrupt, as you know. Save God's money. Is gold more expensive in Mexico or in America? If you live in a country like Argentina, it's more expensive because the spot price is relative to the currency of the country. So the people in Argentina, if they had saved this, they'd be okay today. But they saved pesos, the same as in Mexico, same as in Peru. So this is relative to government money. So you look at why silver could be our best investment of all. Look at what's happening. Silver demand is getting higher. Silver fabrication demand in China is at record high. Look at this whole thing in 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011. It never stopped. Even though the world economy nearly crashed, demand for silver kept going up because silver is an industrial metal. It's used in industry. This thing is only saved. Okay. So in 1972, when I was flying behind enemy lines, I bought my first gold coin in Hong Kong. It was a Krugerrand, South African Krugerrand. It cost me $50. Today, that same coin is worth about $1,800. Now, did the Krugerrand get bigger or did the dollar get worthless? And they tell you to save money at the bank? The reason we won't go back to the gold standard is because the banks can't rip us off. If we went back to the gold standard, the central bank, the Fed, the European Central Bank, Bank of Japan, Bank of China, they couldn't rip us off. So the whole thing here is I'm not angry at my banks because that's where I get my money from. I just don't save my money there. I save God's money. So this is demand for silver. It keeps getting higher. Look at this, the global government silver inventories. It's going down. So what's happening is the inventories of this is going up because China's buying it, Russia's buying it, Turkey's buying it. Everybody's buying gold now. The central banks are. So what's happening, the silver is going down in quantity because they burn it up in industry. It's always disappearing where this is saved. So I think silver is such a great opportunity for your generation. It's almost half of the all silver mine is in landfills. Talk about a waste of things. So every day the amount of silver produced is being thrown away. Look at this. This just shows you what happens with the price. The price will always go up and down, but you have to look at the inventory supplies of it. And this is what happened. Everybody wants to go green now. So silver, again, is an industrial metal, and this is more a precious metal. This is for kings. This is for the rich. I can spend this all day long. Okay? So anyway, as we go green, the amount of silver consumption goes up. But this is the chart here. What does that show you?
It's the lowest it's been. It's negative 70%.
Yeah. So what happened is these fake financial planners, they tell you to invest in the long term in the stock market. And look at this chart here. This is the Dow. It's at an all-time high. Why would you invest in the stock market? You know, the Fed, which is a criminal operation because they only protect the banks. The stock market is an all-time high. Would you want to get in now? And so look at housing. You guys always complain, oh, I can't afford a house. Well, wait till it crashes, then you buy a house, right? You know, so in 2008, after it crashes, that's when I bought real estate. So right now, look at the stock market, all-time high. Real estate's an all-time high. Your phony education is an all-time high. Look at medical costs at all-time high. And these phony, fake financial planners are telling you to invest for the long term when the market's at all-time high. And what blew it into the bubble was the Fed. The Fed kept printing money, it just kept blowing it in this bubble. So meanwhile, little silver, it's $15 on this chart here. It used to be as high as $50. $15 is a joke. And this is not an investment. I predict, and my predictions are often wrong, that if you buy silver today at 15, in 10 years it'll be worth 100. Because they keep burning it up, they keep demanding it. So would you rather save the dollar, which is going down, or save silver, which is going up?
Yeah.
Can you afford $15? I wouldn't diversify. When 72, I met my first financial planner, because it's a whole story. They told me to diversify. I said, are you nuts? I said, that's called diversify. You buy a little of all this crap, and all of it's paper. Stocks, bonds, mutual funds, ETFs. Even real estate, you know, REITs, it's fake real estate. I don't touch this stuff. Now you should, but I won't. Okay, understand? I'm not saying don't touch it. I'm saying be aware of what's real and what's fake here. So when I was about your age, I'm flying behind enemy lines in Vietnam, and I realized I was being lied to by my own government, my own teachers, and especially Wall Street. So when I was about 25 years old, I bought my first gold coin. It was 50 bucks. Today it's worth about 1,800. So I never saved dollars. And what I started to do then, as I got older, I just saved gold. So if you look at me today, here I am here, and then today I'm adding plata. So rather than saving dollars, which was going down in value, I just saved gold and silver. And it just became a habit. It was, you know, sometimes it was hard because I didn't have any money. But I still had the discipline to go and buy. My Kim and I talk about how we would just save little silver, you know, buy it and buy it, buy it. Today we're multi-millionaires in gold and silver. And everybody will tell you, well, that's stupid because they're in the stock market. Well, the stock market's going to crash in a few years anyway. And this goes up and down too. So if I could leave you one more thing like this, is I don't count the price. I count the number of ounces. This is an ounce, approximately an ounce. So I don't care what the price is. All I care is how many ounces I have. And that's why I'm a rich man. They can take everything away from me. Plata e oro, you know, silver and gold will be here 1,000 years from now, 10,000 years from now, 100,000 years from now. It'll still be here. I never spend this stuff because that's the basis of my wealth. And I know most of you millennials said that, yeah, but you have money. I said, I didn't have any money either, but it was just a discipline. You know, can you afford $20 today? Everybody in the world can, but they don't have the discipline. There's one more thing I want to talk to you about, and it goes to this here. This is the cash flow quadrant. You have to put your brain into the I quadrant. I've never looked at a job since I came back from Vietnam. I said, my life has nothing to do with the E quadrant. I could have got a job flying for the airlines, you know, making $500,000 a year. It's chump change. You know, I've been working for a paycheck and paying taxes. So the other thing here is this. We're going to the next subject. This is the financial statement. The fake teachers are always wanting you to think here in the income column, working for fake money. That's why they're fake teachers, okay? And when I was your age, at 25, my brain went into the asset column. That's the only place I think about today. When you look again at the cash flow quadrant, the E, S, B, and the I, the trouble with most millennials is your brain is still in the E quadrant. When I asked you to watch those videos, I was putting your brain in the I quadrant. And so the most important thing, if you're going to be successful in your lifetime, is get your brain out of the E quadrant or the S quadrant. You're working for money. You've got to get your brain into the I quadrant. I don't recommend the B quadrant. It's too hard for most people. But anyway, all I focus on is here. I don't care how much money I make. All I want are assets. So I'm a rich man because my brain is not where the most teachers are, which is ease. My poor dad. My rich dad was in the I quadrant. So what makes me a rich man is stop listening to fake teachers. People say, what would you do with your kid today? I take him out of school. I would homeschool my kid. I wouldn't put him in school. They learn to be socialists and communists, which is fine. I want to teach my kid to be a capitalist. And the capitalists are on the B and the I side. The socialists and communists are on the E and the S side. That's Bernie Sanders, AOC, and all that, Elizabeth Warren.
Yeah.
So let me show you one more thing here, because this is the most important part. The average millennial or human being coming out, they want the high-paying job. And then you think about, how am I going to cover my expenses? What's your first expense? Tax. The reason you want to work for fake money is your first line of expense is called tax. That's silly. And then you think, oh, I'm going to buy a house, I'm going to buy a car, I'm going to buy this, I'm going to buy that. So your brain is then stuck in the liability column that your school teachers will tell you, well, your house is an asset, your car is an asset, your college education is an asset. I quadrant is the inside trader. I trade from the inside. I don't buy stocks, bonds, mutual funds, or ETFs because I'm an insider. I don't trade from the outside, but that takes training. The moment you put your brain into the I quadrant, you start to see a different world.